Good morning. Welcome to the very first episode of Dissertation Diaries. It feels crazy to say that, and also crazy to think that I have no idea how many of these episodes there are going to be. I guess that's the the terrifying part of doing your dissertation is that you have no idea how long it's going to take. My name is Megan. I'm an ESL teacher in Southern China. I teach at a university, and I'm also getting my PhD in curriculum design, and this is my very first day of writing my dissertation. We've got my cat, we've got my computer, we are ready to go. No, we're not. We're not ready. Technically, my class starts on Monday. It's Saturday morning right now, but the course material just opened, and obviously I would like to get ahead a little bit on the weekend. So here's the game plan for today. It's not like I want to go crazy. I don't want to write like 5-10 pages worth of material. Mostly what I want to do, number one, is just get the lay of the land, all of the material opened. So I want to go through the syllabus, see what assignments I have, plug them all into my calendar, look at what the requirements are, the page numbers and the source numbers as well. I want to actually start working on what needs to be done, at least for the very first week. And I also want to kind of enjoy the moment, set some goals, set some intentions, because I know I'm about to start a very intense journey. I know that being mentally strong is going to be half the battle. So I do want to set some intentions and set some goals. I do have one goal before I even open up the syllabus, and that is to really focus on my chapter 2. I've been told that chapter 2 is the focus. Sorry, let me tell you what this class is. This class is essentially me writing a rough draft of chapters 1 to 3 of my dissertation in 8 weeks. It's an 8-week course, so I'll just be focusing on the first 3 chapters and doing all the rough draft for that. I'll also be finding my chair and committee members. My goal is I really want to hone in on my chapter 2, and I want to double whatever page number they are requiring. I don't know yet. Maybe their page requirement is 15 pages. If so, I want it to be 30. If it's 20, I want it to be 40, 25, 50, etc. Hopefully it's not something crazy like 80, because I probably wouldn't be able to double that, but that is the first goal that I have for this. So right now, really quickly, let me just look through the syllabus and copy everything into my calendar, get a lay of the land, understand what assignments are going to be due, what I need to do for it. Oh, so I thought that I had to write chapters 1 to 3 in 8 weeks. So at the end of week 8, then I would submit all 3 chapters. That's true, but they want me to have chapter 2 done on week 2. My chapter 2 is due in 2 weeks. Cool. Okay, so I just went through everything and plugged it into my calendar. I downloaded all of the documents that give the specific instructions. To be honest, that did not take very long. Usually it takes much longer, but there are not that many assignments in this course. Instead, they're just giant assignments, like finish your chapter 2 in 2 weeks. Okay, so let's go to a coffee shop, because any moment now, insane construction is about to start, and I can't focus with that. Also, I just work better at coffee shops. I like the white noise, I like the body doubling. So let's see which coffee shops in my area are open this morning. Fun fact, in China, a lot of the coffee shops don't open till like 10 a.m., which, as an American, when, places open at 5:30, that's quite the shock. But let's go to a coffee shop. Let's get some work done. Like I said, I don't want to go crazy. It's not like I want to be writing a ton of content. I really just want to start this journey off on the right foot. I want to be very clear on what I need to do, what needs to be done, where I'm at, how many more pages I need, get a general lay of the land, understand what's coming up, and then try to do some of the smaller assignments. During the first week of class, there are always some smaller, annoying, kind of like busy work assignments, and I want to get those all out of the way. So let's go. what did we accomplish today? To be honest, we accomplished some different things than I really thought we would. Now this is going to be a short video because I didn't really want today to be a really intense, serious day, hard work, hard research, but I just wanted to really make sure I was mentally prepared for what was going to happen. The first thing I did was read all of the introduction material about the course, you know, the syllabus, what we are going to be doing. I got a lot of information this way, like finding out that chapter 2 is due on the second week. And also this is an 8-week term, but I need to have my final rough draft submitted by week 7. So I actually only have 7 weeks to finish all of the assignments of chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. I also downloaded what they called a dissertation handbook. And so in the handbook, it gave a full step-by-step process for what the entire program is going to look like over the next year or 2 years, hopefully not more than 2 years. It was like a 30-page PDF, and I found that that helped so much just reading through the process of what I'm going to be doing in this course and then also what lies ahead for me in future courses. I read through that dissertation handbook to really give me a bird's eye view of the entire system. I also started drafting my email for my chair. I have gone through the list of possible options for my chair, and I highlighted a couple of people that I felt like their focus or their own personal dissertation kind of aligned with my own thought process. There are not too many that study ESL or language, but I started drafting out the email for my top choice, and I'm trying not to get too set on my top choice. I had this person as my teacher at the beginning of the year, and I just felt like we clicked. Every time she gave instructions, I could really clearly understand what she was going for. I felt like we had really similar concepts. She studied quantitative research and I'm studying qualitative research, but I just felt like our mindset really matched, and she does do chair work for qualitative research. So I started drafting out the email to ask her to be my chair, and I also want to send her my chapter 2 and my chapter 3. I have actually started chapter 2 and chapter 3, but this isn't just rough. This is like preliminary. And so I want to just look over that really quickly before I send it out to her in case she wants to look through what I have so far to decide if she wants to be my chair. And I'm trying not to get too caught up in my first choice because, to be honest, there are a lot of people in the chair list that I just don't know. I've never met them before. I've never worked with them before. So it's not like I know that they're going to be bad or going to be good. I don't want to get too set on who my first choice is. I want to just let it go. Whatever happens, happens. We'll make it work no matter what happens. Who knows? Maybe my first choice won't actually end up being the best choice for me if she says no. Maybe there's someone else that is going to be perfect for me. I really thought today I would also be doing a little bit of reading because I know that's going to be a priority, but what really stood out to me today after reading the handbook is that I am really going to need the other parts of my life to be in balance in order for my PhD to be a success. I really know myself, and I know another struggle that I'm going to have is I struggle with really vague tasks like work on your dissertation. I really struggle with that, and when looking through the syllabus, that's what most of the assignments are. They're just work on it, work on it, work on it. I don't do well with that. It says work on it, and I'm like, it's okay. I need something very concrete, very specific, and so I think the way I'm going to do that, at least for right now, is I'm going to do that through hours. I looked through my schedule, and I was thinking that I need to have set specific times where I am unplugged, I can fully focus on the PhD. And I went through my schedule and I put in 10 hours of work a week. And I thought, that sounds good, but it might be a little bit low. And then I remembered one of my teachers had given me advice, and so she said that I should have at least 15 to 20 hours a week. So I went back through my schedule and I found ways to double that, just a few hours here, a few hours here, a few hours here, to hopefully work on it for 20 hours a week. When I did that, that was pretty sobering. 20 hours a week on top of everything else I'm doing is a lot. That's a lot to take on. And so that's when I really realized that the other parts of my life need to be in focus. So I went through a list of the different parts of my life and I just kind of evaluated them to see where I am, how things are going. So for my relationships, to be honest, since I came back, I was in America for the whole summer. Since I came back to China, relationships have been all over the place just because everyone's schedule has been crazy. A lot of my friends are also teachers or freelancers, and so their schedule is constantly changing. And I just haven't been able to meet up with people. It's been a constant, hey, are you free this time? Hey, are you free this time? Screenshotting our schedules and sending it to each other. And why is life so complicated? But actually, as of this week, I think we might have a schedule for some of my closer friends. As an adult, it's so hard to have solid relationships. And for me, the life hack that I have found is having set times each week. So one of my best friends, John, we would meet every Wednesday afternoon for coffee. And it was just on the schedule. It was on his schedule, it was on my schedule, and that's how we actually were able to maintain our relationship, is because we both knew it was just a weekly thing. It was on the schedule. And so we are now going to have coffee on Monday morning before I go to my class. With my work, things have also been all over the place at the beginning of the semester, which is to be expected. We have freshmen coming in, a new schedule, new classes, new students, but now I finally feel like the students are getting into a rhythm. Also, for the past 5 weekends, we have not had a normal weekend because in China you have to make up your holidays, and so we've just been having class on weekend or double class or single class, or it's been a mess at the beginning of the semester. It always is for the fall semester, and I finally feel like things are moving into place. Also, I am finally a little bit ahead of my lesson planning, which is just a sigh of relief. And I also have found a good schedule. So on Fridays, I teach in the morning and then I have a class at 3:45. And I have this awkward gap of time from 12 to like 3:30. And so during that time, I've decided that that is going to be my set lesson planning time. And each week, each Friday, I will have a different focus. So on one Friday, I'll be planning my freshman classes. On the next Friday, I'll be planning my sophomore classes. On the next Friday, I'll be planning my culture classes. And hopefully I'll be able to plan a little bit ahead with this system, and hopefully it'll be more efficient to just hone in on all of my freshman classes rather than trying to plan a freshman class and then a sophomore class and then a culture class. So I feel good about my work. I feel like we're finally back on track. With my personal life and with my home, I think things are okay. I actually have just started like redoing this guest room, and actually I think this is going to be the perfect place for me to do focused work. So I do need to buy something that I can actually have, like a desk to put my computer on and work in this room. I do think I also need to do more meal planning, because right now I spend a lot of time thinking about my meal planning and I don't want to do that. I want things to be a little bit more automated. I feel like that is going to be the name of the game, is just automation. And finally, I probably shouldn't even say finally, because I genuinely believe that this is going to be the most important thing, is my health. I have an autoimmune disease. It's really easy for me to get sick. I'm a teacher. Come on, we know teachers just get sick all the time. And I actually got a really bad cold at the beginning of the semester that just lingered for like 3-4 weeks. And it just put me out of commission. But I'm glad it happened, because I think it was a really good reminder that my health is absolutely most important. If my health is not okay, especially as someone with an autoimmune disease, I'm not going to be able to succeed in this. I really need to prioritize my rest, prioritize my tuition, prioritize my nutrition. You would think after teaching about nutrition all week and saying that word 100,000 times in my classes, I would be able to say it. Anyway, I know I just blabbered for a really long time. This is me, this is why I'm a teacher. We like to yap around here. That's just kind of where I am after my very first day as a doctoral candidate. that was actually really cool to see in writing. They said that as of, as of today, you are now considered a doctoral candidate. And this has been my dream my whole life. To be honest, I never even thought it would actually happen. So I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be difficult. It freaked me out a little bit when in the videos, the introduction videos, they were talking about how this is going to be the next few years of your life. I know this is going to be hard. I know this is going to be difficult, but as I go through this process, I want to remind myself that this is my dream. This is something I have chosen to do. This is something I genuinely want to do, and it's going to be worth it in the end. One of the articles that I read today said that often teachers can feel a little bit frustrated with the research process because they know they're not going to go into a research career. That's me. I'm not going to go into a research career. But they said that teachers have the responsibility to know the material. And so I think throughout this dissertation process, I want to keep that in mind. This is not busy work. This is something that I genuinely want. This will make me a better teacher. This will open up more opportunities for me to affect change. And that's the end goal here. The end goal is not just adding 3 little letters to the end of my name, although that will be great. The end goal is having the knowledge and having the material and having that credential so that I can actually make a change in a curriculum and make a change with my students. That's why we're doing this. Thank you so much for coming along with me on my very first dissertation diary day. Hopefully we will have a lot of good days ahead. A lot of busy days, but a lot of good days ahead. If you'd like to watch more videos, usually I make videos all about ESL teaching and ESL tips and tricks, but this is also a part of being a teacher as well. So like, subscribe, comment, do all the things, and I will see you next time.